Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, as usual, before I begin with this lesson, I want to start it off by giving all the glory and infinite praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Akaha Kadesh, the bond that set the elders and the apostles, great millstone, who I'm taught and learn this truth 100% from. Peace and blessings be to you, them that are serving Yahweh Shema Shine, sincerity, hoping for mercy and salvation in these last days, man. Shalom and Yahweh Shema Shine. So I ain't got a title I'm gonna put on this lesson at this exact moment. But something just real quick that I was meditating on. I was having a conversation with Jake probably like 2 days ago, I believe. And mind you, this is Jake who kind of be on his watch a little bit. You know, he don't understand the spiritual or the biblical side of, you know, these world events that's taking place. But nonetheless, you know, he be paying attention to some extent. But anyways, we was having a conversation about all this shit that the Trump administration is basically you know, putting into place, and how it's going to affect Babylon. And we started talking about the economy collapsing. And I remember I asked him, I'm like, so what you gonna do whenever shit hit the fan? Because we talking about how bad it's gonna get, you know, and stuff like that. So I'm kind of like, let me see what Jake gonna say. You know, he probably gonna be one of them doomsday prepping Jakes or something like that. And so I'm like, so what you gonna do whenever shit hit the fan? That's exactly how I worded to him. And he was like, you know what? I'll probably open up a business, to be honest. I'll probably start working on my business. And I'm like, what? So I started, like, I asked him again because I didn't even think he understand what I asked him for real. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, why is you telling me you gonna open up a business whenever shit hitting the fan? You know, it just wasn't making no sense. And so I asked him again, I'm like, so what you gonna do whenever shit hit the fan, bro? Because you do know that whenever the economy collapses, the dollar gonna crash, and you ain't gonna be able to use that as a form of currency because it's not gonna have nothing to back it up for real. It's gonna be worthless. And he said, yeah, I know, but I feel like since there's gonna be a lack of jobs, a lack of work, I'm gonna be able to put my work out there and basically let it do what it do. Right? You think it's gonna flourish in that time? I'm just like, man, niggas just don't know what's going on, man. And it instantly made me think about what brothers be saying, even though Babylon falling, bro, and shit gonna be bad, you still gonna have Jake that's not really gonna be taking shit too serious until they gotta really take that shit too serious, man. Right? Because out of everything that can possibly happen, matter of fact, that's gonna happen whenever shit hit the fan, because that ain't gonna be no sweet time. Right? You gonna think twice about opening up a business. That shit not even gonna cross your mind whenever, you know, your stomach start touching your back, whenever you realize that you ain't ate in a couple of days and that you really is gonna have to really get that shit out the mud. You know what I'm saying? Business ain't gonna be crossing your mind. You're not gonna be thinking about working on no damn cars, man. That's good. That shit gonna be the least of your concern, man. And as the scriptures say in Luke the 17th chapter, I believe, shit, in the days a lot, they was eating, they was drinking, and they was building, man. And we basically in them times all over again. America over here circling and draining. You got Jake that's actually dedicated to open up a business and shit, because they believe that this shit gonna bounce back in some way, shape, or form. This shit is over with. It's over with. Ain't gonna be no bouncing back from nobody, unless you getting down with the MOTB system. And hey, that's another thing too. Jake was talking about that. Jake was talking about Neuralink and all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? He one of them Jakes that be on TikTok, and he see all that type of, you know, alternative news. You know what I'm saying? So niggas ain't even got no excuse for real, man. Right? But it just goes to show you that Jake is a Soddish people. And pursuant to Isaiah the 6th chapter, Jake just gonna have to bite the missiles here, bro. All right, because I at least would have expected him to say something like, you know, I'm gonna prep a little food at least. I'm thinking he gonna say that because I know damn well he wasn't gonna say that he was gonna get right with Yahweh Shem outside. But I'm at least expecting him to be like, yeah, you know, I'm stocking up a little bit. Whoop, whoop. This nigga saying that he gonna start up a business, man. And he ain't the only one that's thinking like that. You know what I'm saying? You got plenty of other jakes that's in that same type of spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get houses built. You know, just all the shit that they doing everything other than what they should be doing, which is getting right with the Most High. That's gonna be the true defense whenever you truly gonna need help, bro. You know, but with that being said, you know, it's just something quick I wanted to touch up on. You know, while the spirit was hot, man. You know, I don't run to side. You know, I did bring some type of you know, at least the inspiration for a lesson or, you know, edification, man. You know, so with that being said, Shalom. How about some outside about the thumb and about the ball?